and welcome to Titanium Talar's Tarot. And today I will be doing a how to strengthen your intuition video, okay? So this is going to be for anybody who watches this at any time from anywhere in the world, anyone, alright? And yeah, so at any time, let's get into the content, okay? So now, last week I mentioned about you noticing things in your daily life, right? This week I'm gonna talk about noticing things within yourself. So last week you could say it was more like noticing things outside of you. This week it's more noticing things inside of you. All right, because you sometimes get like a certain muscle will do a certain spasm when something happens. That's a sign your energetic being is sending you. You should pay attention to, and so on and so forth. All right, I am going to mention the six clairs. Okay, they are. I'm not. I'm not completely. I can tell you what they are. Okay, so there's clairvoyance, which is you seeing things that have not happened, or people see things currently, like they have visions of what is going on somewhere else in the world, or people have visions of what happened in the past. That is clairvoyance, alright? Then there's clairaudience, which is they hear things. Some people hear. The best example would be telepathy. People can hear other people's thoughts, or people can hear yeah, someone else's thoughts from across the world or something, right? Like one point I had clairaudience where I heard someone answer me yes when I asked a question to the universe. He said the universe or that person said yes. So that was clairaudience, right? That's a sign. And then there's claircognizance, which is you knowing things. Like you just know. I personally call them downloads. You just know things. You don't know how you know them, you just know them, right? Then uh, then there's clairsentience, which is, from what I know, the type of clair that is the most widespread, which is people feel a certain way. Like you'll feel an emotion, or you'll feel you'll be able. It's called empathy in some cases. Feeling empathy for someone else is putting yourself in other people's shoes. And from what I've learned through university, empathy is not necessarily the best when you are someone who accompanies people, or when you are a coach. You should be someone who is able to sit and be separate from someone else in order for you to better help them. But having empathy is the beginning of having an extra step, something that can. Empathy is the beginning of wanting to help other people. So the only difference is that with empathy, you don't actually do anything, you just feel what they're feeling. But nothing really gets done if you just feel what they're feeling, right? So after that, there's gustance, okay, which is tasting things. You taste things that's not there. I don't know. Sometimes you get a certain taste. Like, let's say if you feel like having a certain dish, you'll have the memory of it. That's a certain idea. That's certain gustation, or clairgustation, or gustance. I'm not sure on how to pronounce that word. Clairgustance, I think. Yeah, we'll stick with that. All right. So it's just you taste something, or you taste something that's not there, right? Then there's also the last is clairaudience, Alliance. Clairalience. Okay, sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but it's the fact of smelling things that aren't there, alright? Or some smelling things that aren't there, or you see, sometimes depending on how I'm feeling, my sense of smell is heightened, but that's not the same thing because clair clairaudience is being able to smell something that isn't here. No, being able to smell something much more potently. It's like a dog nostril whose nostrils are very keen on smell. You know, they have been trained to smell people out, or they have been trained to smell a certain smell. You know, um, so those are the six clairs. Okay, now when I started my journey, okay, uh, as a light worker, or some people have different names for it. I call it a light worker. Others have different names. So when I started my journey, I had clairsentience alone. Okay, that I'm sure of. Then, as I started developing my skills, my intuitive skills, and all those things, my skills became more refined, and that's when I started hearing responses like that response I heard from someone else that I mentioned. That just happened once. I haven't had such a like clear audience connection ever again. But I mean, that's something that could be developed. You know, it's like any other muscle. You can strengthen it. The more you use a muscle, the more it strengthens, right? It's the same principle. It's just this muscle is not necessarily a muscle. It's more like your senses, you're being able to your attentiveness, you're being able to notice something, right? But this is not necessarily outside of you, this is within yourself because, like, for instance, some people, like I mentioned before, feel things within themselves and that tells them about something. For example, I'm working with this specialist, okay, and she taught me that your body responds depending on how you feel. So if you know how a certain sensation, feeling feels in your body, then when like a certain muscle starts contracting, then you know that is what is coming, right? Now, in my case, I have this thing where I know that when I feel a certain way, I know something big is coming, something grand, something that is going to shake, not necessarily shake my foundations, not be a tower moment, but it could be, yeah, something that could be a tower moment. Now, I have learned through unfortunate experiences that tower moments are not so easy to get through. You know, it's best you notice them from before and that you can stop them in their tracks if they give you a bad vibe, you know. But you can only get that through experience. So experiences are not good or bad. It is what you learn from them that defines them and how you define it. Now, if you define something good or bad before having sat down and thought about, okay, what did I learn from this situation? Before that, you're not really going to take anything from that situation of that is of use to you. But if you take the moment to sit down and think, be like, okay, what did I learn through this experience? You know, yes, it might seem bad. Like, for example, my car accident, right? I was hit by a car at age 19. Yes, it's not that fun. Yes, it was very long time coming. Well, not very long time coming. It was a long time to get over. Okay, I mean, I put in at least 5 to 6 years of therapy. Okay, that's a lot of work while I was going to school, while I tried to have a social life, very little by the way, but while I tried to put myself in situations where I would force myself to learn. You know, it's not that easy, but you see me today. If I did not tell you that I was hit by a car, because yes, that's what happened. Yes, it was a car accident, but the car hit me, right? You would not know, which is great. I love it, but in the certain cases where you need to teach someone something, it's not that easy. I mean, you see me and you see someone who's had the same I know someone who's had a similar accent as mine with with less uh, with less necessary, with a lot more difficulties, but with a smaller uh, bruise on their brain. And then they see me and they're like, what? You gotta be kidding me, right? You can't possibly tell me, and you can't possibly expect me to believe you after. I, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't. Well, I mean, it's it's a matter of how. It's a matter of a lot of things. For example, the family. The family is important. My family was very close and they helped me a lot through my time. Not to say that theirs didn't. They just, my family just had different tricks and different ways of aiding me to become better. I also went to therapy. I also paid for my own therapy. Some people can't do that, which is fine, you know. So I'm not better. I'm not worse. I am just who I am. And so I am here today to help and to pass on what I know. Okay, so all these things like clairvoyance, clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairgustation, clairaudience, right? I did not know these things at the time when I had my accident. These are things I learned post accident. Okay, so I know that a lot of you don't have the time to give to this type of research. So I'm sharing my knowledge with you guys because these things are important. If we want to be able to really know how to deal with the world around us, we need to first know how to deal with the world inside of us. Right? Right. So I hope that helped, and that you were able to comprehend what I was saying. If you guys have any questions, please post it in the box below and I'll be happy to respond. Alright, now this is what I have for you guys this week. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click on the notification bell to be notified when I post new stuff. But press the one that says like all the info so that you can get more of the videos that I send in. Okay, or specific videos. You can decide the different type of like notification you want. Alright, so, and with that being said, my gorgeous people, I would just want you guys to remember that I do these videos to let you guys know how important our intuition is, and to never take what I say for face value, to actually do your own research and to check in within yourself to see if it actually resonates with you. Okay, because it's important. And what was I going to say? Just check in with yourself, see if it resonates. Alright, because knowing oneself is going to allow you to expand your world, expand your vision, expand whatever you want. Okay, so with that being said, my gorgeous people, my gorgeous viewers, I wish you guys all a very good week, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye.